We are ready to close Chapter 1. Two things remain: one neat use of the LCM, and then a whole new kind of number. First, the LCM in action. Sonia drives one round of a circular track in 18 minutes, Ravi takes 12. They start together, at the same point, going the same way. After how many minutes will they next meet at the start? They meet at the start only when both have finished whole rounds, so we need the lowest common multiple of 18 and 12. 18 is 2 times 3 squared, 12 is 2 squared times 3. The LCM takes the largest of each, 2 squared times 3 squared, which is 36. They meet again after 36 minutes. That wraps up factors and multiples. Now for the chapter's final and most surprising idea: numbers that can never be written as a fraction at all. Recall, a rational number can be written as p over q, where p and q are integers and q is not 0. A number that cannot be written this way is called irrational. Square root of 2, square root of 3, and pi are all irrational. Before we prove any of that, we need one key fact about primes and squares. Here it is: if a prime p divides a square, a squared, then that same prime p must also divide a itself. Why? Because a squared is just a's own prime factors, each appearing twice over. So any prime dividing a squared was already a prime factor of a. For instance, 3 divides 36, which is 6 squared, and sure enough, 3 divides 6. Now the big one. We will prove that the square root of 2 is irrational, using a method called proof by contradiction. We assume the opposite, and watch it fall apart. Assume a, to the contrary, that root 2 is rational. Then we can write root 2 as a over b, where a and b are integers that share no common factor. Multiply both sides by b root 2 equals a. Now square both sides. 2b squared equals a squared. Look closely. The left side is 2 times a whole number, so a squared is even. In other words, 2 divides a squared. By our key fact, if 2 divides a squared, then 2 divides a. So we may write a as 2 times c, for some integer c. Substitute a equals 2c back in. 2b squared equals 4c squared. Divide through by 2, and we get b squared equals 2c squared. By the very same reasoning, b squared is even, and so 2 divides b as well. But wait. We have now shown that 2 divides both a and b. Yet we began by insisting they share no common factor. That is a flat contradiction. The only thing that could be wrong is our very first assumption. So root 2 is not rational after all. The square root of 2 is irrational. The same machine proves root 3 is irrational. Assume root 3 equals a over b in lowest terms. Then 3b squared equals a squared, so 3 divides a. Write a as 3c, and it follows that 3 divides b too. Again, a and b share a factor. Contradiction. So root 3 is irrational as well. What about mixtures, like 5 minus root 3, or 3 times root 2? Here a shorter trick works. Reduce each one back to a root we already know is irrational. Suppose 5 minus root 3 were rational. Then root 3 would equal 5 minus that rational number, which is still rational. But we proved root 3 is irrational. Contradiction. So 5 minus root 3 is irrational. Same idea for 3 root 2. If it were rational, then root 2 would be that rational number divided by 3, which is rational. But root 2 is irrational. So 3 root 2 is irrational too. Your turn. Prove that the square root of 5 is irrational. Follow the same steps we used for root 2. Pause the video and try it. Here is the outline. Assume root 5 equals a over b in lowest terms. Then 5b squared equals a squared, so 5 divides a, giving a equals 5c. Substituting b squared equals 5c squared, so 5 divides b as well. A common factor once more. Contradiction. So root 5 is irrational. And that completes Chapter 1. We saw that primes are the building blocks of every number, that this factorization is unique, that it hands us the highest common factor and lowest common multiple, linked by their product. And finally, that these same primes prove some numbers can never be fractions. From building blocks to irrational numbers, all from one simple idea. Well done!